The night comes. February 5th, 1988. We're in Indianapolis, Indiana. WWF Saturday night's main event. It aired on NBC. Ladies and gentlemen, we didn't have to sell our children to watch a freaking wrestling match. We could just have a set of rabbit ears and we could watch Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan for the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh my God. Those guys over at TKO would be crapping their pants over this, crying. Oh my God. We left millions of dollars on the table. Ladies and gentlemen, it happens. And it happens in front of millions of fans, millions of casual fans. That's how you end up getting loyal fans. You got a freaking pay-per-view main event on NBC. I'm not saying you got to switch the title, but you throw something like that on NBC, you're going to get a lot of casual fans to come over and watch it, especially when you have an attraction like Andre the Giant versus the biggest name in professional wrestling history, Hulk Hogan. See, at this point, Hogan had been the World Heavyweight Champion for over 4 years. Hell of a reign. He has been running and gunning. He's the face of the brand. He's the face of the company. It's on his back. It's on his shoulders, and he's carrying it through the 80s. Andre, he loses in WrestleMania III. Him losing, it still felt near impossible for him to lose at the Saturday night main event. It was almost like this toss-up, this 50-50, okay? How could Hogan lose? He's held the belt for 4 years. He's beaten everybody, including Andre the Giant, the only person to ever beat Andre the Giant. But it's still Andre the Giant, and it's hard to beat somebody twice. It's hard to beat an opponent twice. And we're talking 11 months later. We're talking Andre now in his corner's got Ted DiBiase. He has psychologically gotten into Hogan's head. He's hurt Hogan's feelings. And Andre is wrestling with a chip on his shoulder at this point. He's wrestling to get revenge for the first time in his career. He needs to avenge his one and only loss. But how? It's Hulk Hogan. He's younger. He's in better shape. Andre, you're a shell of what you once were. How in the world are you going to defeat not only Hulk Hogan, but all of Hulkamania? So this match had us all scratching our head. How? Andre pins Hogan after interference from the $1 Million Man, okay? But something strange happens at this point. The referee, he counts to 3, but Hogan's shoulder is clearly off the mat. But he still counts to 3. What happens there? Well, chaos. That's what happens afterwards. Dave Hebner, he awards Andre the win and the championship. But all of a sudden, another referee comes running out. We're introduced to Earl Hebner at this point. He runs out claiming foul play. Stop. In only Earl Hebner fashion, okay? Earl's a Hall of Famer. Earl's just seems like an amazing human being. And we all know Earl Hebner. He has called some of the greatest matches in professional wrestling history. So he comes running out. Foul play. Stop. Hogan's shoulders up. This is not a real win. The championship shouldn't go to Andre. And all of a sudden, it's revealed, God, this is so good, that Ted DiBiase has paid for plastic surgery to create a lookalike referee. Andre gets to keep the title. He immediately hands the title to DiBiase. Well, at that point, WWE just says, okay, the championship is vacated, okay, where no one has won the title tonight. Wrestling fans are furious. They are pissed at this point. But that was intended. We had to have that happen. Why? To set the table for WrestleMania. WrestleMania IV. Before we talk about WrestleMania IV, we got to remember, Andre wins the title. It's his one and only time that he wins the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. On paper, once again, just like his win-loss record, we hear about him potentially winning some titles in some other territories. We hear about him winning the title in some house matches, some dark matches. I don't know. I don't know what's true, what's not true. I wasn't there. But Andre was also very selfless. He loved the industry. Andre was a shell of what he once was. And Andre knew that he wasn't going to be able to carry the company into the future. I think them putting the title on him was a nod to his career, a thank you to his career. It was the right thing to do. But it was also, they set it up perfect because they needed to get the title off Hogan. He'd had it for 4 years at this point. They wanted to give it to Andre as a nod, and they needed to set up something for WrestleMania 4. So the best way to do it was let Andre get revenge and win the title against Hogan, have him turn heel. That solidifies Hogan as the babyface, the ultimate babyface, the top of the mountain babyface for the company. And it was done perfectly. It was done perfect. Andre didn't need the title. It really needed him in that moment. WWE needed him to have that title in that moment. That night, Hogan's historic reign ended after 4 years. It created chaos at the top of the company, which was fun for the fans to see and feel. It allowed WWE to kind of reset the championship race and the championship picture and the landscape of how the championship was going to be held moving forward and who was going to hold it. And it also protected everyone. I mean, Hogan, he didn't lose clean. God knows he didn't like to lose clean. We all have heard those stories. Andre didn't look weak, protected the mystique of Andre the Giant. And Ted DiBiase became the ultimate villain. This put DiBiase at the top of the mountain for heels. He was the ultimate bad guy now, the ultimate villain. You can't argue with me on that, in my opinion. It led directly to WrestleMania IV. WWF ended up having a championship tournament that night for the title. Hogan, just like Andre chased revenge from WrestleMania 3, Hogan was now chasing revenge just like Andre did. Title be damned, I've got to get revenge against the man who betrayed me, who turned his back on me. Andre at that point became Hogan's greatest rival. Not just an opponent, but someone that we look back and we think about Andre the Giant, we think about Hogan. We think about Hogan, we think about Andre the Giant. Anybody that loves the history of wrestling, they put those two men together. His reign only lasted for minutes, but the impact of that night lasted forever. That night proved that wrestling didn't need realism. It needed emotion, controversy, and belief. And for one night in 1988, the impossible happened. Andre the Giant stood on top of the wrestling world, exactly where he deserved to be. Ladies and gentlemen, February 5th, 1988, Andre the Giant got what he deserved, the title. How he got it, you might have thought it was dirty, but it was done exactly how it needed to be done. Unfortunately, Andre the Giant passed away way too early. I'm just glad that the wrestling world allowed him to feel that belt in his hand, to know what it was like to be a world heavyweight champion.